Yo guys, what is going on? I hope you're doing well and welcome to this new video of mine. Now you guys know from the title below that today I'm going to be telling you how you can be making 5 figures or £10,000 in these 2 years of A-levels or these 2 years of sixth form that you'll be doing. Now let me give you a quick introduction of myself. I am currently a student that just finished A-levels. I got my A-level results, alhamdulillah, and right now I've got 2 offers, one from UCL and one from Queen Mary for biomedical sciences. I'm not exactly sure where I will be going right now, but most likely I'm going to be going Queen Mary. So at the time of the recording of this video, the plan that I have in mind is to do biomedical sciences at Queen Mary, inshallah. So yeah guys, let me get straight into the video and let me give you some tips, and hopefully this video will be very beneficial. And check the timestamps, links will be down there in the description below so that you can benefit from this video and look at the bits that you want to. Now the question is, how do you make £10,000 or at least 5 figures during these 2 years of A-levels? Now some of the things that teachers told me and probably tell you guys is that during A-levels you should not be working and that you should be focusing more on your education. I 100% agree with that. You should be focusing on education, but what I believe is that there is so much time that you still have left in your 12 and possibly in your 13 as well, depending on how good your time management skills are. What you can do in this time is that you can also be going to the gym, taking care of your body, you can be going and taking breaks, and you could also be getting a part-time job. Now remember guys, you have 168 hours every single week, which is quite a lot of time, and if you guys get like a job part-time that is Saturdays, Sundays, or like once a week in the weekends, then I don't think it should really be a problem onto your education. Now in my opinion guys, the best job that you can possibly get in these 2 years of A-levels is tutoring. Now I've been tutoring since the age of 16, straight after my GCSE results day. Literally I found a few people and I started my tutoring journey. Even until now I'm still tutoring. Today I'll be tutoring a few people online on Skype, inshallah. Now you guys probably know from the previous videos that I did maths, chemistry, biology and physics for AS levels, and for A-levels I did maths, chemistry and biology. And in my opinion, I would say that my tutoring journey alongside with gym and all of these different things that I balance alongside with my A-levels, it actually worked out, and I think it's something that it's very manageable to do. Now as I said guys, this is quite subjective because different people have different daily routines, they do different subjects and whatnot, and not only that, different people's productivity is different. It varies from person to person. Now when it comes to tutoring guys, let me mention a few things. One of the benefits of tutoring is that you're going through the GCSE content or people that are younger than you, and what you're developing is communication skills. You're getting better at that, and also your teaching skills are really getting better. Another reason is because tutoring is something that is not really hard on the body. For example, if you're going to tutor, you're going to be likely sitting down with some desktop here with a computer, with a laptop, and you're going to be helping someone out, perhaps whether you're doing it online or whether you're doing it outside. When you go to someone's house and perhaps you teach them, it's not something really hard on the body. Whereas if you were to get a job in retail or something else, which like in a food company perhaps on the weekends, you're going to have to do more walking, more running and lots of other different things. And the shifts that you do within tutoring are normally 2 to 3 hour shifts and blocks, whereas when you're actually working in like a retail company, or like if you're doing any other job, like whatever you could be doing in the food companies or any jobs like McDonald's, whatever, what you do is that you do like 6-hour shifts at least, and the pay is not really that good compared to tutoring. Now guys, remember in these 2 years you're going to be having 24 months, and the best way for you to earn at least a minimum of £10,000 in these 2 years, or at least 5 figures, is by getting roughly £450 to £500 every single month. So whatever job you do, the amount of hours that you do and the amount of effort you put in, you need to make sure that you get that £450 to £500 every month in order for you to get the goal of £10,000 at least at the end of the 2 years. Now guys, as I said, I made so many little assumptions before starting the video, such as you getting good grades at GCSEs. But one thing I wanted to say is that this video is meant to be more like a brief video. It's not meant to be like an entire Skillshare course. So what I'm doing is giving you little brief ideas that you can possibly use to make so much money, like around 5 figures at least in these 2 years, while also making sure that you get the best A-level grades and making sure that your education is not affected in a negative manner in any way, shape or form. Now there are 2 types of tutoring. One is private tutoring, which I've been doing, and then the other one is the one where you go to the exam centers, exam tuition centers, and you work there. Now the difference between these two, let me just put all of the differences, some of the advantages and some of the disadvantages. When it comes to working as a tutor, as a private tutor, what happens is that you're kind of like self-employed, so you choose what you want to do. So you can do a few hours, you can go to someone's house and tutor them, and you can choose the price, which is much better because you go into someone's house and being self-employed and not having to listen to like a boss or someone who directs you sometimes just really makes you feel better. And overall, I would say it's an amazing experience. Now, the amount of money you earn from working as a tutor by yourself is actually much higher than the hourly rate that tuition centers give you. Now, when it comes to some of the disadvantages of being a private tutor, I would say that the main one is simply that you need to find customers, and being a 16-year-old, it's quite hard to find customers. Now, the way I found it is through family, friends, asking people around. Another way is by making an Instagram page, for example, or making some kind of YouTube video or whatever you can to make sure that you advertise yourself and the skills that you have and what you can bring to the play. Remember, all of this is like a competition. Why should someone hire a 16-year-old for the same price as hiring someone who's at university, who's currently probably almost finished with a degree or like 20 years old, for the same price? So what you need to do is that you need to make sure you advertise yourself properly by perhaps going on your Twitter, on your Instagram, on your social medias, and perhaps come up with an actual plan in which you can make sure that the tutoring is effective. Now guys, one of the advantages of working in a tuition center is that you normally find people there for you. So what happens is that your owner or your boss, whoever is basically paying you, they are finding the people for you, and all you're doing is sitting down and doing the tutoring job. Now what it is with that is that sometimes the money they give you, me being generous, I would say a maximum of like £10 an hour, really, especially at this young age. If you're like 16, in year 12 or year 13, 17 years old, they're not going to be giving you as much money depending on the tuition center. I know a few guys that spoke to and they told me they were getting paid roughly like £7 an hour, which is not bad for like a 16-year-old if you're just doing a few hours in a week to get some pocket money, but that is not ideal if you're trying to make £10,000 in these 2 years. Now guys, bear in mind, one thing we didn't talk about is the holidays that you get. You get your Christmas holiday, your Easter holiday, and you get that big summer chunk, and you also get your little half-term holidays. Now when it comes to that, what you want to do is you want to perhaps, depending whether you have exams or not, so if you have like exams after your half-term, then don't work that week. Perhaps maybe work once in the entire week, but make sure you're revising and you're prioritizing your education before earning money. But when you have that spare time, for example in your Easter holidays when it's 2 weeks long, or perhaps in your Christmas holiday or in your summer holiday when you literally have 1.5 months to 2 months, make sure you get like a good job. It doesn't have to be tutoring, and as I said, I made a few assumptions that you guys normally have to get like a grade 8 or 9 at least if you want to be tutoring that specific subject, and you have to be doing that subject at A levels as well if you want to be tutoring that subject in a tuition center or perhaps do private tutoring. Now if you're not a person that education is really for you and you didn't get the best of grades, or perhaps you did but you just don't want to do like tuitioning, then what I would say is that there are so many other jobs that you can do. You can do things online out there. There's so many different ways to earn money. Perhaps you can set up a website or whatever, or there are other ways, for example working in a food company or working in retail shop. What I like about working in like food companies and stuff like that in retail is that a lot of the times you can do like big shifts. So you can do like in one day you can do like 8 to 9 hour shifts, so you can do once a week 8 to 9 hours, and that should be good enough for you to earn a good amount of money. Whereas when it comes to tutoring, it's kind of like a gradual thing, like a consistent thing. Like you're never going to be going to a tuition center and do like 9 hours in one go, because normally they don't do that. That's not how it works. Especially if you're a private tutor, you're not going to find someone to teach for 9 hours. That's like absurd, unless you have different people that you're tutoring one after the other. So what I would say is that those retail jobs, those like little jobs that you do like here and there, like for example if you want to work in Tesco, Sainsbury's, only for that little summer, you can earn a good amount of money. You can potentially earn up to £2,000 in that 2-month period. Now guys, remember, you don't have to be working. No one's forcing you to go out there to work, but the way I see it is that I would rather go on a Saturday and Sunday and tutor and make sure my communication skills, my teaching skills, everything's improving, as well as earning some money, rather than sitting down and procrastinating on a Saturday, Sunday, watching like movies, anime, or whatever you do. It's all got to do with productivity, and sometimes it's not just about earning money and just putting it in your pocket, but you feel good the fact that you're using your time wisely and that you're learning new skills and that you're actually doing something at the age of 16 rather than procrastinating. Because a lot of the times A-level students, sixth form students, they do end up wasting some time. Like not everyone's like 100% efficient or like 90% efficient. So I would rather go out there and make myself busy by working and spending some time getting to know more people and learning skills and understanding more how the world and the working world actually works, rather than me sitting down and procrastinating. Remember guys, the most important thing is your A-levels or whatever subject you're doing, making sure that you're getting the best of the grades and that you're also using your time effectively. Now you don't have to be working, you can still be very productive. Like me, for example, I did all of my work as well as tutoring, as well as doing my A-level stuff, as well as going to the gym. All of these things can be balanced, and what it helps you is that when you grow up and you go to uni and eventually get like a part-time job, you'll be better at managing your time, and overall you'll be much better at working and making sure that you hit the deadlines and everything, simply because of the fact that you've been doing it the last 3 years during sixth form. So this is the way I see the entire working thing during A-levels and uni. That's how I see it. Something that keeps me busy, something that makes me be grateful. And it's not even always about being financially stable. Like you could be coming from a financially stable family, but it's just about you knowing, like in my case, is for me to know that I've achieved something and that I've worked hard and I made sure I got the best of the grades, and that I made sure I also did all of these many different things at the same time, rather than like procrastinating and wasting time when I'm not revising. So yeah guys, to summarize the video, make sure you're revising for your A-levels or whatever you're doing, and that little time that you've got left, try to be productive, perhaps get a job, understand more. And the most important thing is to be consistent, and that's the way I've done it. These 2 years of consistency and earning at least like £500 a month, you make sure that you at least have like over 10,000 to 12,000 to even 13, 15,000 pounds during these 2 years, and it just makes you feel much better. It's not always about being financially stable, but as I said, it's got to do with this entire productivity thing, and you knowing that you have achieved so much, from grades to money to, you know, making content out there for people to watch, and all these different things, such as, you know, your fitness level by going to the gym. So make sure you do all of that guys. That's the best advice I can give you. Honestly guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you found it beneficial, and as I said guys, this is quite subjective. This is the way I've done it, and this is the way I've achieved my goals. So yeah guys, best of luck. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you in my next video inshallah. Take care and peace out.